fabulous race. Now, OK, what links the Bayeaux Tapestry, the Suez Crisis, Pablo Picasso and a parrot called Billy?
Well, until you mentioned Billy, I was kind of trying to find some historical link, but
no idea.
You've stumped me.
No idea, OK. The answer is a remarkable lady from Dorset called Dorothy Boyesen.
I was going to say that.
Dorothy is a teacher and artist who has been at the heart of some of the 20th century's most significant events, as well as raising 6 children.
And she has something very special she'd like to give away. David Allard has been to meet her.
The Bayeaux Tapestry, a chronicle of events leading to the Battle of Hastings in 1066. The original is on permanent display in France. But in a farmhouse in Dorset, there's a remarkable copy, painted on 12 wooden panels by Dorothy Boyesen.
How long did it take altogether?
2 years.
Wow.
It's completely, utterly accurate.
Dorothy took on the challenge at a difficult time, having just lost her husband.
It helped me to get back to a settled and quiet time in my life. And all these little fiddly bits at the bottom and the lettering was also very therapeutic to do.
You may have spotted the parrot. This is Billy, and he's Dorothy's constant companion.
I take him out in the forest every morning, and I'm known in the forest as the bird lady. Do you want to sit on my head?
Billy is a colourful echo of a life lived in the avant-garde, an adventure which began in Egypt in the 1950s.
Britain and France are the 2 countries most vitally concerned in the problems created by Egypt's seizure of the canal.
I'd been teaching in Alexandria, and during the Suez Crisis, all British personnel were evacuated. We were put on a ship, and one way and another I ended up in Cannes.
And there, in a cafe, Dorothy met the man who was to become her husband.
That was it. That was the rest of our lives. We knew. Somehow you do. And he was working with Picasso, of course, at the time. And we used to all meet. It was very leisurely. My husband was a great raconteur, and so was Picasso. And there was a bond between them.
Together, Picasso and Hjalmar Boyesen created mosaics.
Picasso used to do a sketch and leave Hjalmar to the actual technique of doing it.
So very much a collaborative process.
Oh, it was. Yes, it was.
When Dorothy and Hjalmar's son, Alexander, was born, Picasso made a sketch of mother and child.
When this baby was 6 days old, we sneaked out of the hospital up to Picasso's house. And you see this little bare foot here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, his little bootie had fallen off, and Picasso picked it up and carefully put it on again, tied it up.
Sadly, Dorothy no longer has the original. Hjalmar sold it to raise funds when baby Alexander fell ill and the family needed to return to England.
I didn't ask what he got for it. It's the memories that matter.
When you look at the sketch now, what really stands out for you?
My hand. Nobody has a hand that big, but my hand says it all. This is something that's precious to me, and always will be, and still is, in spite of the fact he's 60 next week.
Dorothy is now 88 and wants to find a new home for her recreation of the Bayeaux Tapestry.
It's like having a dog or something, isn't it? Can you give this painting a good home? But you see, the 12 panels take up quite a lot of space, and it needs a hall of some sort, or a school, or a library, or something like that, where people could look at it and perhaps like it.
Dorothy Boyesen there. Well, if you think you can find a home for Dorothy's version of the Bayeaux Tapestry, email south.today@bbc.co.uk and we will pass on your suggestions to Dorothy and her family.
And the parrot.
And the parrot.
That's not for sale, though,
Billy
I
the
don't think.
parrot. No, Billy's staying where he is.